that a surprise live. Why not? Why not? Because we can. Let's get the best angle here. And we're on the Silver Strike. And you can see me in the background with my Alice in Chains shirt that my son bought for me. One of my favorite bands of all times. Lane Staley, Jerry Cantrell, Mike Starr. Totally irrelevant, but in this one you can see my shadow, so therefore I'll alright, so this is a cool one. This is a surprise, and I'll tell you how this ended up. We were up here talking about, I'm trying to set up a new schedule to where I can stream 5 days a week. And I'm being totally serious, and I'm trying to think about setting up for this week. But I said that I would come up here and help them set up different ideas and to make it plausible, because that's a lot of work, and I don't have a lot of money to be tipping people anymore to do these things. So, anyways, this got built, and then they were, I, them, they, was worried if this, hey Rob, if this pyramid would stand long enough for me to do my live stream tomorrow. So we were like, okay, well, you know what? I haven't put a regular video out. Well, let me tell you something. Regular videos on my new YouTube do awful. Literally awful. I don't know what it is. John was telling me about it on his channel about how well, and you can see it if you go onto John's Danger Zone Coin Pusher page. His live streams are killing it, and I'm so happy for John. I couldn't be happier to help get someone started and do it. That's awesome. But at first I was doing it out of necessity. And by the way, that computer that I just got back, that I got fixed and etc., etc., in the middle of putting up that highlight video, the computer popped, made a loud popping sound, and will not turn back on. So it is back at the computer shop. But anyways, live streams, some of them are getting 60, 70,000 views after the fact, and the stinking regular videos are getting like 57 views on the Joshua Bartley High-Stakes YouTube page. I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't. So, hey, John. Finally made it live. Well, welcome. Hey, Soloy. Solo, I'm I'm butchering your name, and I am so sorry. Soli06. Rachel, hello. Chris, man, I should have my glasses on. Christian, thank you guys. Hazel, Ryan, Miguel, welcome everybody. All right, so listen, this is what we're going to do. So I don't come here tomorrow, and this pyramid is knocked down. I don't know. Let me zoom in a little bit. Sorry, I'm not trying to make you motion sick at all. But there's a pyramid and there's a tower, but behind all of that piece of dice, which I guess is be considered a die, before both of these fall. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. Thank you, Rachel, my goodness gracious. I am super tired. Braden got baptized early this morning. I only got a couple hours of sleep. I plan to already be in bed, and my mouth is not working. All right. I need to get this piece of dice, to make its way around town and fall off before both of these fall. This one will just crumble within. This one will fall over. If I can do that, if that is possible, then there is a extra 200. We're still playing for the doggies, for the what we were saying before. Yeah, John. So I will say I didn't. This I can't do pyramids. I can do towers. I can't do pyramids. I can't do pyramids, and I can't do the complete circles. So those have to be built by someone else. I can't do them. I can build you. Well, obviously, I just did that world record video. I can do these all day long, but I can't do those. Mike did probably the most precise one, the one that like really, really was super high. No way, he didn't reveal his secrets, so no one knows. But that is super cool. I'm not exactly sure how long, because it was already kind of started before I got here. But I did watch it finish. We sat up here and we talked, kind of trying to come up with a game plan. And then it just started acting funky when I turned it on. So, not with that attitude. Yeah, I need a positive attitude, right? I need a better attitude. On top of here, there is a whatever, plastic diamond looking thing and a ring. They have no relevance. It means nothing. It's just there for cosmetics, and that's just it. All right, guys. So thank you so much for being here. This is a surprise live stream. It is on the East Coast, 12:30 a.m. I'm not sure where it is your time. So if we can get this to come off before both of these fall, it's 200 towards the charity. I think at least for the rest of this week and maybe here on out, everything's just going to be for charity reasons. It's just too hard to make all this plausible and legit and work. And I just watched this big thing about the slot channels getting called out for some of these big slot channels are like going to casinos, but they have the same game at their someone's house, and they put it in demo mode, and they put this little like thing over it so you can't see its demo mode, and talking about all. And I was thinking, man, this reminds me too much of the coin pusher stuff, and trying to explain all of it. So I've done all the explaining about what this is. So now let's just do, like, instead of trying to worry about win, loss for a little bit, let's do stuff that if I win, it goes towards good stuff. Those kind of things. All right, guys. Let's try to get to $200 bonus. If not, I win whatever cash comes off. Once both of these are down, the game is then void. It is over. So that is the ending of it. I do understand live streams need to go longer, and maybe we'll figure out when it's not 12:30 a.m. a way to do a longer live stream. Silver Strike, the hardest coin pusher that is currently up here. And I didn't really want... Alright, so here's the other problem. That was good. The dice piece came off, but I don't want it to go to house. But it's bigger, so maybe that will keep it from not happening. Underneath these two areas here and over here is what I call the dealer slot, the dealer hole, whatever. It relieves the pressure from all the stuff coming off the front, and it goes back to the owner of the machine or the dealer, or if it's your machine, it just goes back to you, whatever. The only game here that's not set up like that is The Price is Right, because it was designed to play for tickets. It's a truly arcade game. They do make a Plinko Price is Right one that is set up for quarters, but it's one of those big turntable versions. Like it would never fit in this small room. Oh, careful, careful, careful. All right, all right. So yes, Braden got baptized today. super proud of him. It was completely his decision. He's 16. He's the one that wants to do it. My uncle is I don't even know what you call it for his church. I think my mom calls him pastor. So I guess he's a pastor. There we go. But my Uncle Tim is a pastor of a church, and they do this thing once a year where this guy has a property that has a beautiful creek. They put paved stones down, and anyways, they make a big event with it. And they do the baptisms in the creek, and oh, what was that? Oh, no, dice. No dice. No dice. All right, so I am actually going to play a little bit on the right. That dice is hidden the wrong way. And that pyramid it didn't collapse yet, but it's, oh, you got to be kidding me. Well, there's a highlight clip, I guess. Oh, my goodness. The dice is heading the wrong way. The pyramid collapsed. That's exactly what I was worried about. I didn't think that thing was going to last for tomorrow night's live stream. And I would have been correct. See, we got to get so much pressure in the middle. Oh. We got to relieve the pressure to keep that dice out. All right, I'm just going to play directly in the middle. I need to get some cash too, so I don't want the tower to fall down before I win any cash back either. Then this will be a terrible video. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Come on, baby. Let me turn it so you can see the dice. If it disappears, if it drops off, you can see it. I can't. That means it went to the dealer. And we don't get the $200 bonus. Wednesdays. I don't know if it's going to be this Wednesdays, but Wednesdays are going to start being Fantasy Wednesdays. Or I actually came up with a good name. I should have wrote it down. La La Wednesday. Not Real Wednesday. Where those that watch will know, but those that don't can have the time of life talking about how fake I am. But we're going to just come up with crazy numbers. $1 trillion gain. $1 billion quarter. I've been wanting to do it for a while. That was my last quarter, by the way. All right, so we did get a big whopping dollar. Oh, wait a minute. No, there's a 5. So that's $6. Well, the problem with it, someone said bump it. Well, there's two problems. One, there is a little, I used to know the exact name of it. There's like a weight looking thing, like a fishing lure looking thing, and it's around the circle, and it just it sits and dangles, and they like look, my dog cut me. My puppy got me today when I came in. And this looks very inappropriate. Yes, I realize. When you bump it, it shakes that, and as soon as it makes contact, the buzzer goes off and the flap goes up. And when the flap goes up, all the money goes back to the house. Number 2, I can't have this stinking thing fall down because then I'm out of luck. Yeah, Bailey, our new puppy, our new German Shepherd puppy. She's amazing, but man, we got to, trying to get the puppies out of that jumping phase. And she is like a pterodactyl right now. Tears me up. I guess that dice is still there. Easy, Tiger. No. Is that dice still there? It's still there. there's some cash that's falling on the left. The problem is I can only do vertical right now. Maybe we'll get that to come off. I might as well give up on that dice. Well, no, it's staying in there. It's staying in the game. This, guys, I'm telling you right now. Oh, it's coming forward. It's still making its way. I do not deserve my wife, and I'm not saying it to be stupid or to get brownie points. I'm saying it because it's truth. My wife is better than me. She's a better person than I. Whenever I told her earlier because we got up so early. I said, she said something about let's go to bed early. I said, that's a good idea. All right, I'm with you. Let's do it. And here I sit at almost 1 o'clock in the morning and I'm playing this. She puts up with way more than a normal person should from me. Oh. No, tower. We need at least a little bit more cash to come down. Come on, baby. Come on. I mean, 20 is not a lot to lose, but in today's world, 20 is a lot to lose. That's like a quarter of a gallon of gas. Oh, man. I'm going to have to back this up a little bit. Let me move it up so you can see the entire field. There we go. Kind of a weird angle, I know. Well, we got another 5. The suspense. Believe it or not, this thing, all right, if you get motion sickness, look away for a second. It's leaning against the glass. So it's that ring light. It's funny, it's easy to carry around, but it's so annoying. But it's dark in here. It's so dark in here. So I have to take this ring light so I can shine up the area. All right, there's a $5 bill stuck in there, and there's a dollar bill. I'm gonna throw it to the left. No. You know, so that dice is still there. So the Joshua Bartley page, the main YouTube page, the one that I eventually will start, that's got the verification mark to it. That's what I use to watch videos on YouTube. But it's, you know, the algorithm. It knows what you want to see. And it shows me, like, the same thing over and over. Well, on this page, whenever I'm streaming, sometimes it doesn't know what I like yet, so it shows me new things, and it's super cool. I forget about some of the cool stuff that's on YouTube. And anyways, I seen this guy that bought a drone. We got some cash come down from Temu that you can fly in. Like, you personally can fly in. Like, they got a certain name, and that thing was stinking cool. I mean, it was awesome. I can't wait for once the technology gets out there and competition, and they start becoming a little bit more affordable to have something like that to zip around. It'd be nice if I had some land. I don't think it's something that you can just take down the highway right now. But all right, so if you're just tuning, I'm trying to keep this tower from falling down, because the moment the whole tower falls down, then the game is void. This piece of die that's right here, this dice, if that comes off before this comes down, then that's 200 towards the doggo charity, the doggy charity. What we just did the video for. To help support the local animal shelters, which I've been trying to spread the word as much as I possibly can. Oh, what was that? Wait a minute. Okay, the dice is still there. The dice is still there. All right, we're good. Oh! No! Oh! Okay, well, the whole thing isn't down yet, but it did come down. Hey, awesome. Thank you, guys. I don't mean to miss the comments, and I'm sure there's plenty of negative comments too. That's all right. Whether you hate me or you like it, you support me. I know some people will probably make mad, but no view is a bad view. Whether you're punching it, saying I hate his voice, or this dude's a loser, or you're saying I've watched Josh for the past 10 years. It's all the same. Alright, so that was my last quarter. Oh! Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Alright, I gotta get the popcorn bucket. The old popcorn bucket. Alright, a little bit more cash. You know what? I think the dice made it past the dealer slot. So now I just would have to get this to come up before that. Oh, thank you, buddy, and thank you. Man, I really need my stinking glasses. Thank you so much. That was so kind of you. Those cool gifts. Whatever emoji things, whatever they're called. I'm going to have to pull this thing, my camera angle real far back here in a second. Believe it or not, you gotta work it all the way across now to get this thing to come up, since it's in the safe spot. Ah, easy, tower. So Sunday going into Monday. Monday is no fun day. Oh my goodness gracious. All right, let me pull this back just a little bit more. You can see the tropical plant there. Let me move it up. I need you to see the whole entire playing field here. Oh, what was that? I think some of that tower fell. This is not a lot, but the dice is coming out, so that's good. As long as that tower's not leaning too much against the glass, it'll stay up for a little while. That's why the key is, if it's going to fall, just to get the top portion to fall down. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm glad that attraction thing, it's called the game attraction or something for the Plinko, is turned off. Because I used to get so sick and tired of hearing that. Come on down. It's time for you to be a winner on The Price is Right. Oh, there's a dollar bill sliding. So a channel I highly suggest, there's a bunch of them, but people that I've dealt with, oh my gosh, I am having a brain fart in his channel's name. He does gold painting, sells gold painting stuff too. Me and Bray have been fans of him. Dan Hurd from up in Canada is awesome. Like, very, very intelligent, but oh, come on, brain. He's from Colorado. Oh my gosh, he's such a good guy. I'll think of it in a second, but anyways, I said the privy, the special release quarter for the 250th United States anniversary. I'm literally, when I say I've had 2.5 hours sleep, I'm truly but they got the Philadelphia Privy quarter that there's only 250,000 of them put out, and they are selling for a lot of money, like $500. Anyways, he goes on the hunt for them, and I kind of got an education of what to look for, because what I didn't know, if I would have found one of those quarters, I would have thought I had it. I didn't realize that it had to be minted in Philadelphia, and there's a specific mark. Alright, so it's, see, oh man, I cannot get a good angle. Sorry that's completely from the side, but that's the only way I can get it to where you can see the dice in that. All right. Oh, it's super close. It is super, super close. I can't believe that worked. I mean, it hasn't worked yet, but I seriously can't believe that it was able to defy both of those things. Almost there. Oh my gosh, that is a once in a lifetime thing for me. That never works. Almost there. Almost there. Don't get caught up now. My gosh, you made it this far. Oh, and it did it! I can't believe that actually stinking worked. I seriously cannot believe that worked. All right, let's move this. So we can keep on playing until this falls. I can't believe that actually worked. Like, that's crazy. And believe me, obviously it doesn't come from skill. That's one thing I don't have. And I don't know how much skill you can have in a stinking coin pusher, but I seriously can't believe that worked. That is crazy. So that is a good help for the cause. Alright, so let's load this thing up. Let's try to get the rest of this cash off before this tower falls. As soon as that tower drops, gaming is done. We've dropped the pyramid accidentally, but we knew that was going to happen. Ah, it's doing the tower dance. Ah, man, I got them all caught up in my hand there. The other problem, the back starts to get sparse like that. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for those emoji things. Trust me, it really does help me out. I can't thank you enough. I'm truly blessed. I'm so glad that you're spending a little bit of your Actually, I guess Monday for us on the East Coast with me early. So the other part of it, Fantasy Wednesday or whatever, we need to come up with a fictitious casino that I'm playing at. Now, I live in the panhandle, the eastern panhandle of West Virginia. The one that's by D.C. and Baltimore and all that. Like, I can be in Virginia within a minute, and I can be in Maryland within 20 minutes, or it depends on how fast you drive. So, the only casino close to me is the one that's called Hollywood Casino. It used to be the old Charlestown racetrack. But there's a bunch of those little like gambling spots around here. They own like 7 spots or 5 spots. And they got like 5 slot machines or 7, something like, I can't remember what the state law says they can have. They're all over the place. Like literally, you can't go through the panhandle and throw a quarter and you would pass 2 of them. I used to play them, but I never had the kind of money I could blow it like that. But I'm gonna come up with a fictitious casino. So this is at Shenandoah Valley. So call it like just something stupid. Something stupid that makes no sense. Like oceanfront, Ocean Pine in the Shenandoah Valley. Just some dumb, completely, but still sounds somewhat like it could be a casino name. Island, Twin Island. Desert, Sahara, which I guess people use kind of different names of places that it's not. Well, I guess I answered my own question. My local casino is called Hollywood Casino. We're in West Virginia, so I guess you can name it whatever. But that's a big branch. There's a bunch of Hollywood casinos, and it's themed like Hollywood and stuff. Before Anne Arundel Mills and Baltimore and DC and all of them opened up all those casinos, Hollywood Casino was the only one in the area. And like Michael Phelps, the Olympic swimmer, and Eddie Money, the singer, Take Me Home Tonight, all of them, you would see them down there play either on slots. Michael Phelps, I know he played table games. If you were there long enough, you could see somebody of some stature. I'm trying to. Eddie Money was the only one that I seen, but he was there because he was doing a concert. But he apparently frequent there. But then once they started opening up all the other casinos in the DC area, it was easier for them to go there. And back in the day, back when I was making fun of the other channels, we used to have the casino loop playing in the background, the music. And then every once in a while it had only a few people ever called it, because not too many people were paying attention to the background music. But I had Bartlum and Bailey come in for a minute. And then I'll just have just random stuff. So, but I think this one, I should go into, I got my iPad, so I can go into a program and just like crazy. I don't even know, like elephants in the background, a tiger every once in a while. Or it could go from like a casino background to like an arcade background to like a cruise ship sound to a concert. It's like we're traveling through time as we're playing. Well, this tower is standing. It's staying up. The cash is moving like molasses, but it's getting closer. Which has put me in the doghouse with getting to bed at a good time with my wife, but it's making this live stream last longer at least. If you, I'm not streaming on Facebook right now because Facebook does not like live streams. It's pushing the whole Reels thing, so I'll turn this into a Reels and put it on Facebook. You know when you forget something and you let your mind go blank and you hope that it comes to you? Well, that's what I've done with what's his name's channel, and it's still not coming to me. I still cannot think of his channel name. I literally can't. That's why they say sleep is so important. Oh my gosh. Clash, thank you. I should have read the comments. No, this is not my machine. So to answer your question, no, this is not my machine, but I'm not in a casino. And I'm not in anything of any importance, if that makes any sense. So I do not own the machines. I'm not in my basement. I'm not in my house. If you want to know my full entire story, I have a video up on all 3 of my channels. Thank you so much for the Clutch Guitars. It was probably up there a little bit earlier, and I completely forgot. Clutch Guitars, he's such an awesome dude. Such, like, seriously awesome. And me and Bray used to buy his pay dirt all the time, and every time, you know, you're not, those pay dirt things that you buy, they're not designed to make money off of it. They're for entertainment, for people like live where I live in West Virginia, where there's not really gold. I can't go to a creek and find gold. West Virginia's known for coal. I got to dig pretty far to get that, and I really don't care about panning coal. But and not where I'm at. I'm not in where there's quarries and things like that. It's like limestone and stuff like that. But I do have a video that has the full explanation that explains my whole journey of how I started all of this, where it's been, the different phases I did at one point own an arcade. All that information's in there with pictures and everything. But no, I've been as transparent as I possibly can. Now I did at one point own I bought two different machines, and I made the mistake, I guess, of being honest that I was playing. Now we're switching over. This game is on my machine, and I thought it would be funny to do a fun game full of it. This is after all the other channels came out that were obviously not um, putting their um, full disclosure up of what's happening. And it was my most disliked video I have ever put up. So that coin pusher collected dust forever, and I ended up selling it to someone that has a channel now that is doing very good. But anyways, so yes, it's not what you think it is. I know there's new people that watch, so people that have heard the story a million times, I apologize. The first time I ever seen a coin pusher that had like a lot of cash in it, I know a lot of people say they had them at their local fairs. I don't really remember them at my fairs as a child, but my ex-wife and I went on a Carnival cruise like 20 years ago, and I didn't gamble at all at that time. But her and her grandmother and them, they wanted to go to the play slots one night, and I had no interest at all. And I seen these two gigantic coin pushers that had like $100 bills in it and $50 bills, and I was intrigued. And I sat there for 2 days straight playing that thing. Me and this other guy, this guy from New York City. We become friends. We end up eating dinner together. He was old enough to be my grandfather. But that's the first one that I seen. And you know, cruise ships, they fall into a different category when they go, you know, out to international water. That's why they have that, no sales tax on liquor and stuff. I can't remember what the name of that's called. But so fast forward after that, I didn't see one up until a truck stop that's by my house. A Pilot, Flying J's. They had a couple of them, and those were more focused on like Zippos and Buffalo nickels and wheat pennies, and they had cash in them too, like occasional 20. And Braden, which I know I wasn't doing the correct parent thing, and I'm not claiming that I'm a perfect parent, but Braden and I, when we would come home, we would always stop there because it's close to my house, and we would play it. And then we started recording it, and those videos did really good. So the channel was growing, and I could only spend so much time up at the truck stop playing a coin pusher, and people were looking at me like I was nuts. So a friend of mine, which has passed away, was an intricate part of the channel. He had family that had owned like one of those little gambling spots that I was telling you about, and they had a coin pusher in it that they played. They put drink chips in it, like free beer or whatever. And those things are privately owned, members, blah, blah, blah. But his family owned it. So he said, hey, let's go up there and I'll get them to set up cool games and you can record up there occasionally. And that's how all the high-risk coin pusher stuff started. It's just a random name, High Limit. It was just a random name that I came up with. But it's always been in someone else's possession, someone else's business. It was in a bingo hall it's bounced around so many different places. Like it's got a story all of its own. But it's not what you think it is. It's not a place that you come and the public walks in, and but it's always been, I'm playing for my own. If I'm losing it, I'm losing it. If I'm winning it, I'm winning it. It was the only way I knew to make this stuff legit and still make it somewhat entertaining for me to want to keep playing. And the video's legit. I mean, it was literally it. And we used to do viewers. I got videos out where people from the channel came up and played some other channels. But yeah, hopefully that answers your question. But believe me, 98% of the comments are I'm playing in my own basement, which ironically I have a crawl space. I'm playing in my mom's basement. If you're going to get insults, you got to do a big one. This loser obviously is a man child that lives with his mother, and he is playing this pretending he's in a casino, and I never once claimed I was in a casino, but I think it's just how it worked. Well, at the beginning, I will say I was a little clickbaity because that wasn't really a casino, but they did have slot machines, so I was very vague on what it was. I was just doing what YouTubers do. It's truth, but left out some details. But then finally, I just had enough of it. And I'm like, if I'm going to keep on uploading, I'm telling exactly, I'm showing. I mean, it is what it is. But thankfully, new eyes come on there. They don't know the story. A lot of people confuse me with the other channels. Apparently, I sound similar to a few of them. And there's a whole Reddit thread about me. Is Josh Bartley fake? And they literally talk about, he said he did a $1 million buy-in. And I'm like, see, you're confusing me with another channel. You're putting, there's like 10, 20 channels out there, and you're putting a couple of them all together saying I'm this one channel, and I'm not. They all have different names. And I'm the only one on YouTube and Facebook that's like verified. So, I mean, you should know that it's not on this page, but it's all supposed to be in good fun. For entertainment. I don't know what's going on with this thing. But the cash is not moving forward either. I don't know. Maybe I got to talking and I'm not playing correctly or something, which I'm known to do. I mean, I worked EMS 911 the majority of my life. I should be able to multitask pretty well, but the older I get, the harder it is for that to happen. Or to achieve such said goal. But I will say it's never been in a home. Of all the locations it's been in an office building, in an office complex. It's been in a bingo hall that was no longer a bingo hall. It's been in basically a storage but it's never been in a house or a basement or any of that. And it's funny because the first video I did that I really didn't do an explainer video, but I showed like all around of where I was at the time, and then I walked outside like I just did one continuous thing. And the moment I opened up the door in that business complex, then the sheets right across the street, everyone knew exactly where it was at. Everyone. And I created a monster at that point. And if you're curious, that reel is still up. It's keeping up on this page right here. It has the caption, "So I'm fake." And my wife hates that video because at the end, I was just trying to be funny, but I put my hand over my mouth, and my wife says to me, "You need to cut that part out immediately. That does not look good, Josh. Cut." I don't know why you did that. And I thought I was being funny, but apparently not too funny. She thought it looked stupid. But I will say this tonight, and because I talk about this every live stream, and I know people are tired of hearing it, and I'm tired of saying it. But the channels that go like all in on it, like that are saying they're playing for $2 million, they're obviously at this point they're obviously doing a parody. I mean, they obviously realize that they know that that it's a parody, and I think the idea behind it is they have some crazy setups, and they're fun to watch the chips fall, and they're fun to watch all the stuff fall down. So the entertainment value is not so much on like them actually, whether they're actually playing in some wild casino that does this, but more along the fact that it's like the talent, time, and stuff that goes into it, and it's cool to watch the destruction of whatever they had got constructed inside of it. But they make it obviously a parody. I don't know what's happening here. It's like a traffic jam. Everything just stopped. It's like it's moving forward, but it's not moving forward. This is like watching paint dry when it starts doing this. All right, let me try to load this thing up as much as I possibly can. I know that's one of the big comments I get. It's just, I get impatient. And then they start falling on top of each other like that too. I think some more cash just came down the family. Oh, wait a minute. It's starting to get that lean a little bit. The bottom's starting to come out of it. So that means that I gotta try to get this cash come off. That was the first sign that tower's starting to fail. there's a 10. Finally, something happened. All right, I gotta collect some quarters. Here's the meme. I got like hella money. That's one thing I don't have. I'm just the opposite of that. Well, I mean, you know, fives and ones, but a win's a win's a win's a win. You know what's funny about that world record thing that I did? I'm going to be excited that when it's all like I get the certificate and it's all official and everything, because that's a cool thing to have. You know, even though it's not with Guinness Book of World Record, you know, which is the big one. It's cool, but my grammar is awful. My penmanship, everything is awful, but I'm 44. So growing up as a, you know, Stephen King books and then as a kid, R.L. Stein. R.L. Stein books as a kid for me were awesome. I loved them. I loved R.L. Stein books. They were easy for me to read. And I like being an author to me was like the coolest thing in the world that you could be. And I always had it in the back of my mind. I'd love to write a book. And my dad got a couple books published when he retired. So when YouTube, like when the channel really blew up and, you know, here I'm working 20 years in EMS. I spent a lifetime of continuing education or schooling or whatever, and the money we make is laughable. And YouTube at that time, not now, trust me, but at that time was like a really crazy second income, and I was like, everybody needs to know about this. This is a secret everyone's got to find out about. Everyone's got a hobby. I use a coin pusher to work. And, you know, anybody can put up anything. So I wrote a book, which is on Amazon, but I'm not trying to plug it, which I kind of seamlessly did. But about how the steps and how everything that I learned. But by the time that I did that, I realized everybody is an author now. Everybody has a book. Literally everybody. You don't need to be Stephen King or R.L. Stein, and you don't need to have a backing. Now, I mean, the difference is people that actually have like big publishing companies that pay them in advance, and you know they put them on a book tour and stuff, as opposed to people just put stuff up on Barnes and Noble and Amazon. But it was like all the wind at that time. It was such a cool feat. I was so excited when I was done. And then I realized everybody, my dog's probably got a book. My German Shepherd's probably got a couple published out there on Amazon somewhere. I don't know what made me just think of that. Maybe I was thinking about the old times, but we live in a new world now. Heck, people are probably getting AI to write them bestsellers. Although I kind of question that because I've seen some of the stuff that AI puts together, and it's some of it's great, and I know it's evolving technology, but some of it is pretty. You know that ChatGPT or someone had their hand involved in that somewhere. Well, that tower was starting to like teeter-totter a little bit, but it seems like it's doing okay right now. It's all about taking the base out of it. Now, I'm not trying to knock it down. I'm trying to get that cash off, but and we're going through quarters more than anything. Goodness gracious. Alright. I don't know what's a good game plan here. Maybe just load one side up for a little bit. See, it's like stop. Something's stopping it. I don't know exactly what it is. Maybe I gotta take some of that pressure off or something. See, it moves up and goes backwards. Something's holding it up. Alright, let's try to load this thing all the way across again. I don't know what the problem is here with Will Robinson. Oh, yep. Butterfingers. Oh, that's what we needed. That's exactly what we needed. We needed that dam of quarters. Still feel like there's something else holding it up, but that's how we're going to achieve it. Alright, I was playing from the right, so maybe I'll focus on the right side for a little bit. I just wasn't doing it too much because of that tower. I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon. that was all my quarters. Alright, we're going to get it. We're going to get it. Positive mindset. I'm going to try and put quarters on the top there so it's not so sparse. Well, that was weird. Maybe I'll just do that. That's crazy that it just gets up there and then gives up. Like even with that tower, that the base should be coming out. Alright, so let's try to put some quarters, fill these gaps real quick. And then I'll try to load this thing up all the way across. See, why does that seem like that's giving me a bigger... That's stuck right there. I can definitely see that. Alright, so let's start from back here. Bump it up one. See, this skill stop takes about a mile and a half. It's like a locomotive, a train. There is no stopping it fast. Alright, I gotta somehow get 4 quarters in my hand while Alright. Load it up. Just keep loading it up. As many as I can get in there. Alright, let's see what that does. It did nothing. That's... I think it's those placards. I think those placards are holding up inertia. All this for a $2 bill. Well, actually, that 10 underneath is what I'm really looking at. But oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. It's going backwards. It's going back home. Come back. Alright, let me move the camera. I feel like it's been this angle for too long. Maybe we'll do this. Gotta change the angle a little bit. Oh, somebody did a $5 donation. Thank you so much. That was so kind of you. Truly, guys, I the monetary donations, I really, really, really do appreciate it, but I really just want you all to be here. Just enjoy yourself. Just take a little bit of time from your day. I know this is not the most exciting thing in the world to watch. They say patience is a virtue, but I am grateful and I am thankful so much. But please don't ever feel like truly commenting, even the bit negative comments. I mean, they're all engagement, but the like button and all that stuff, guys, just being here, really, that's all I can ask for. I'm sorry I missed that. Hopefully you're still on here so you can hear me say thank you so much. Oh my gosh, my fingers are giving up. So when this was in the office space place, the floor was tiled. So whenever I would drop quarters, a lot of the times the quarters would roll underneath the machines. Well, what we would do is we would use that for an advantage for future games. So whenever we would run out of quarters, I knew I had quarters that had fell underneath the machine, and because they were not my own, it was playable. So that was like one of my secrets that I used for a long time. Well, here, this is carpet. They fall, but they don't go far. I think the quarters are literally just kind of bypassing right through the bottom of that thing. My gosh, you almost just want to take the win and go on with it. It's great. Like, I have no idea how that thing is still standing. At this point, I'll take that tower falling. To me, that would be a success. Just something. Some sort of action. Little itty bitty earthquake. Oh my gosh, guys, seriously, someone did another donation. Seriously, guys, thank you. I know, see, I even hate to even say that because it sounds like I'm like trying to be modest, but really give it to me. I don't know. My brain's not firing off right now. I'm literally so tired. thank you. Just how about I'll just end it with that. Thank you so much. Truly. We live in a world and an economy now that literally I know every dollar is getting stretched out, and I understand. So I know if you don't have YouTube Premium, sometimes ads come up and stuff, and believe it or not, that we do get a little bit of a kickback. But if you have Premium, you don't have to worry about it. And I'm gonna tell you what, I switched over to YouTube Premium, and I couldn't have been any happier because I like to listen to music and podcasts when I'm doing stuff and having my earbuds in. And there is nothing better than not having to worry about skipping an ad. So I'm grateful for the ads as a content creator, but in the same hand, I am grateful because YouTube has movies too that you can watch. And I like YouTube movies because unlike Netflix, that I'm sure there's a way you can do it, I don't know if it's working in EMS or whatever, but I have to have some sort of sound in the background playing. Not loud, but when I'm sleeping. And with YouTube, I can literally put it on the movie and it'll play all night long. It just goes to the next movie. Now, I will say I wake up to some weird movies sometimes, or movies I haven't seen since I was a kid. And sometimes I wake up to the same exact movie like Platoon. My gosh, I have waken up to watching Platoon so many stinking times. And it was Platoon, then Bruce Almighty, that was on. What was the other? There was like 3 or 4 that every time that I wake up, it seemed like it just timed it perfectly. It was always those movies. It was almost like an alarm clock for me. As soon as my brain subconsciously would hear it, and it was time to wake up. Platoon is a good movie, by the way, though. I'm pretty confident that in the past 45 minutes, this field has stayed almost identical. This has moved like maybe a half an inch. And it's, I swear. So, you all deserve the credit more than anything for still being here. Something's going to happen. Now, we'll put out a highlight video if you missed this. Oh man, every time I look up I feel awful. At 898, thank you so much, guys. Seriously, thank you so much. I don't know how you can do this for this long. Jason, I'm starting to wonder the same thing. I really am. Oh, thank you, Lamborghini Silver. Thank you so much, brother. I truly appreciate that. I tell you, so I was in the Air Force, Air National Guard to be exact. And one of the things that I learned in the military was the concept, hurry up and wait. Everything you're doing, you're hurrying up and waiting. And I think being so young, and not really having a choice at that point, you know, it did help me into adulthood with patience. Because I think I do have more patience than some.
trying to run through any techniques that I can think of in my head, but like I said, I am the dumbest coin pusher player. I've had my other channel for over 10 years now, and you would think by now I would be like putting out instructional videos, and I think I just never really thought that much into it. But Lord knows when I play at the Flying J's, some of those truckers, they have it down to a science. And I've had them teach me all kind of techniques. But the problem is my attention span is not very long. I could think of a few puns to go with that, but I'll just stick with that. So they'll tell me something that's really cool, and I'll be like, man, that's awesome. And I'll even catch it on video, and I'm like, I'll have to start doing that. And then I'll forget it, literally, instantly. Maybe we'll just try like just a couple quarters. Maybe since like the 1 or 2 quarter, or loading it up. So let's try like a couple at a time. See if that works better. I haven't really tried that. Now I just feel like I'm driving everybody crazy. I got a coin. Oh, lordy, lordy. Lordy, lordy, lordy. Maybe I tried to fling them over there. Like it's shaking. The tower's bouncing. Let me focus on the tower a little bit more. It's getting a little bit of a bounce, but it's just. I told you, Silver Strike of every game that's up here, Silver Strike is absolutely the hardest. I know the guy. I mean, I'm not friends with him, but I know the guy that builds the Silver Strikes. And he's got this dude. He's a former engineer, and this, like, he knows what he's doing. But he definitely made these games that, if you are the business owner of them, like you have a route or whatever, they're designed to make sure you make your money. Like, that should be great. I don't know what's going on over here. I know what's not happening. Hey, I will say this, and I hate. There's nothing more that I hate than to do these weird plugs. But if you do enjoy the videos, this is a brand new channel that I just created from ground up because of issues with my other one. I would, and it's more for anything. It doesn't affect views. It doesn't affect anything. I think it's more for the creator to feel good about himself. But hitting the subscribe button truly does. It makes it feel good, I guess. If anything. There was a time of day that it actually meant something with like the more subscribers, the more YouTube would push your videos, but they've pretty much gone away with that philosophy. There's people that have 15,000 subscribers that actively do 1 million views a video. But I notice a lot of them are live streams. But the good thing is, if you are subscribed, because I do go live at random times, it'll let you know. You'll get a notification and say Joshua Bartley High Stakes is live. And I'd love to have you back, hopefully with a little bit more of a interesting game. So we're going to be going live all this week, so I promise to you the reason why I'm still playing this game is because for those that have been watching it, I feel like I'm letting you down if I just say I'm too tired, I'm over it. And I'm doing it mainly to get this tower to fall down. So I got a little cheat code, and I'm going to be completely honest with you. And you're probably seeing it now. As long as the alarm doesn't go off, it's not considered cheating. And I'm really just hurting myself on this, because that ends the game. But I want you all to see something. So you're probably picking up what I'm throwing down right now, what I'm doing. But it's even in other places, they design it with that capability for that thing to hit back and forth like that. And really, to get a quarter to fling over to the side, you have to do that. You can do that, or you can do like a little flick. Now, I'm not saying go out and do this on people's coin pushers, but this is a different situation here. This is not your average. I know they do it at Flying J's all the time, and it does nothing to that one because that game is bolted to the wall, and I'm like legit. And the reason why is people would come in, and it's huge, and they would just grab it and flip the whole thing, knock all the stuff out of it, grab whatever they could, and walk out the door. And that happened up there all the time. Back when I went up there pretty regular, I was friends with most of the managers, and you would know because you'd go in there and the coin pusher would like be a couple quarters in it, and you would realize that someone done tipped the machine again. And they eventually end up getting armed security guards up there. There's a lot of truck stop drama that goes on, I learned. Okay, that was a little too aggressive, I think. All right, let me collect quarters real quick. Wait a minute. Oh, I thought we had more cash. No. No cash. Alright, so let me at least appease you with an interesting story. So, the truck stop is in Virginia. I worked for a county in West Virginia, but we would run mutual aid assist, especially early on. Now, pretty much for the most part, there was a lot of volunteering going on when I first started in the late 90s. And now majority of it around here is paid. But, so there's not as much mutual aid assist like with Virginia or Maryland or whatever, because they have enough manpower. But, when I was a new EMT, we got called about 2 o'clock in the morning, mutual aid assist, Frederick County. I got to be very careful how I word this because I don't cuss on this channel. I'm even though I know my average age demographic are all adults. My son, even though he's 16, I knew he watched, and I wanted to speak like it would be something appropriate that he could watch. So I'll try to get interesting with my wording. But we got dispatched mutual aid assist, Frederick County, and the state police for an assault victim at the truck stop. So at the truck stop, the front is the like the gas and for cars and stuff like that. The side and the back is for the truckers, and then in the back of Flying J's is the big, where people they pay to park. So as we're getting closer, they're giving patient information updates, and it was for a trauma to the groin. So and it was for assault, so we don't go into law enforcement clears us. Well, state police was on scene. Well, we pull into the back to where all the Virginia State Troopers are, and there are several troopers and a couple bystanders that are surrounding this one tractor and trailer. And we go up, and they're holding pressure to his crotch region. So, to tell you what happened is, if you're familiar with truck stops, you're probably familiar with the term lot lizard. They probably got a million other names, but it's of a certain demographic of people that work truck stops for certain illegal activities. Well, this guy was married, and I guess he had some temptation, and he hired a said worker, and when she started to do what he hired her to do, he started to have a breakdown because he felt guilty that he was doing this to his wife. Well, she wasn't too happy about this breakdown, and she took out a weapon and removed his his item that she was hired to work on, and removed it and took it. I'm laughing. It's not funny. There's nothing funny about it. But when you work EMS for a long time, you have to have a 60 to whatever. You just gotta. There's whatever. You gotta have that way of thinking because you'll never make it. But I can remember that was the first call that I felt the pain. My empathy, not the situation, not putting myself in that situation, but of the trauma that happened. And the worst part was, if you're familiar with the old, what was it, John Benet Ramsey? What was the one famous case in Florida where they end up reattaching it and he ended up making a career? Well, anyway, Lorena Bobbitt. That's who it was, Lorena Bobbitt. Well, this said Blizzard knew that was a possibility of reattaching, so she took it as a souvenir with her. That call was probably 1999 or 2000, and it stuck with me for my entire career. And I was thankful that Virginia got enough paid staff that we didn't have to run mutual aid assist to the truck stop too much after that, because I can remember talking to the security guards, and apparently they got crazy stuff that goes down there pretty regular. That's just a regular occurrence. That at one point they sold the most diesel fuel than any other Flying J's or pilot ever. It's just the location. There wasn't a lot of competition around here. If you didn't stop here, you had to wait till you got to like Harrisonburg, Virginia, or Hagerstown, Maryland. So it was just the way it was at that point. But if I ever have a memoir of calls that will always stick out in my head, that was definitely one of them. I don't know. I never followed up. He wasn't from here. We transported him to the hospital, and the saying that I was taught when I first started 911 was, do everything that you can for that patient. But when you drop them off at the ER and give your report, leave that patient at the hospital. Leave that emergency at the hospital. You can't get overwhelmed. And I'll tell you another story to go with it is cardiac saves. I live in somewhat of a rural, it'd be considered rural. So, especially early on, our call time to certain places sometimes 10, 15 minutes. Back in the day, back when there was only one or two pay crews working the whole county. So you get dispatched for a cardiac arrest, and even if family was working it, saves just aren't all that common. There's a lot of misconceptions, like with overdoses, when someone says they were dead and I saved them, when it really was the Narcan that brought it back, for that. But anyways, so I never had was never involved in too many saves. Well, I don't even really remember too much about the patient information, which that's a whole HIPAA thing and violation, and I wouldn't do it. But I don't even remember if it was male or female. But all I remember was two ALS crews ran it, and we ended up getting, by the time that we got into the unit, we ended up getting the rhythm back. And we were able to maintain the rhythm all the way to the hospital. And dropped them off, trauma team. Everyone was kind of like, not really high-fiving, but everyone was like excited. We got a save. they're not in that atmosphere. There's not a lot of them, and it made our shift. We were excited. We got it saved. Well, later on in the day, however many calls later, we go back and we made the mistake. I made the mistake of asking, "Hey, how did patient in room 10, blah blah blah? How did that end up working out?" And they're like, "Oh, unfortunately, we end up losing them." They coded again, and we end up losing them. And I can remember every bit of happiness and high and excited that I felt was just sucked away. All that work, everything, and and it wouldn't change it. You do the same thing for any cardiac arrest, anything. You do. It's like you treat it like if it's your own parent there. But I never told the other crew. My partner was there, so they heard. But I after that, I realized if I was ever in that situation again, I was never going to do a follow-up. Not unless I seen them walking out of the hospital. So that whole leave it at the hospital, I understood it crystal clear in that situation. I don't know what's going on with this thing. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. Literally, take a timestamp. It's a miracle. It's the tower that could. I love working for the county. I loved it. I hit a point in my life at an age I had no direction. I didn't know what I was going to do. And I just happened to walk into the fire department. Nobody in my family was involved in fire and EMS at the time. And it was like the first thing I did that I was like proud of myself. And I loved the job, but they say the burnout rate is 5 to 10 years. And if you make it past that, your body will go. And that's what got me. I made it to like 21 years, and retirement was right there. It was right in the cuff. And I've been nursing back problems since early on, and I did everything but put a fusion to my back, anything you could imagine, tens, units, inversion tables, therapy, injections. I've done them all, and my back finally just said enough was enough. I was more of a pain in the butt, and they were keeping me around because I had so much time there than anything. But you never knew. I could go a month and be fine, and then next thing you know, I go a shift, and I'll bend down to tie my shoe, and my back would go out, and I'll be done for a week, or sometimes 24 hours. And they had to call someone in to work my shift, and however many shifts, and I just didn't do it to them anymore. But I don't really necessarily miss, because it got really busy towards the end. I mean, it was stressful, but I miss the people. I miss having a purpose. I miss waking up and putting my uniform on and doing my routine and seeing my partner. I always had great partners, and definitely miss all that. All right, so listen. I'm at a point, I am very, very, very thankful and grateful for you all bearing with me on this, but I have to think about my wife. I'm going to run like 1 or 2 more quarters through. And then I am going to ask them if we can end the game and just get this tower down, if it doesn't happen. So I promise to you, if you've been watching, we're going to watch the tower come down one way or the other. But I said my wife is better than me, and I don't deserve her, but I don't want to keep on continuing with that plot line here. Seems like I've been doing the same thing for about the past hour and a half. And it started off so great. I mean, seriously. Everything was going good. We got the dice off. The thing fell pretty quick. Everything was going good. And I'm sure somebody's ready to go home. Yeah. I know. I see you. I was getting heavy. I was getting heavy sitting here. But I know. Master, maybe you could do the world record next time. Oh, really? Laundry? Laundry can't wait till tomorrow? You want me to do your laundry? I don't think my wife would recommend that, but... No, I believe me, I did my own laundry for years and years and years, except just Linda doesn't not approve of my way of doing laundry. Like, I was taught, like, darks, like you had to put, like, your, like, real dark clothes in one wash, and then bright coat clothes in another, and whites in another, and jeans in another, and apparently I take up too much electricity. Yeah, that's literally how I always do it. Apparently it's not necessary. Yeah, I know. Most people do. That's why everybody just throws them all in, except white. Yeah, I know. I was. What do you think? I was trying to slam back and forth thing. It ain't working. I mean, it's shaking it, but it's not like doing anything. It's just bouncing it. Like, that base is solid, man. It's going to have to be a lump bump. I don't see any other way of doing it. Honestly, it's probably been, I can't even tell you the last video that we had to do that. It's been a long time. It was, oh, baby, wait a minute. Something just happened. Was that tri-state? All right, maybe let me do this again. I've never set the alarm off on this one. I guess it's not bouncing too much. Yeah, well, the bonus hole, you sneeze wrong and that one goes off. Oh, the carpet. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't think about that. I guess the carpet does kind of cushion it. Well, hey, look, so I'll go ahead and I'll give you this cash, and then just what happens from this point is just for entertainment. Sound good? Yeah, right there. All right, guys. So listen, here's the plan. I'm just going to take the cash and the win so far, and now we're just going to focus on trying to get this tower to come down like without doing a bump. But if we have to do a bump, we'll do a bump. But it's just not as entertaining. Anybody can bump it, but one way or the other, we're going to get this tower to come down. Everyone here's, well, everyone, all me and the other person, all two of us. It did like a little bit of a settle there for a second, but I think it's just settling onto another quarter. It's very interesting that these quarter stacks and how sturdy they are. That's not that. I hope that's not too loud on the stream. It's pretty loud here. Like that. I don't know. It literally might need a low bump. It seriously, this thing is the tower that could. Yeah, it's not like all my efforts are for naught. Alright, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna see, look, it just did it again. That's why I don't understand. Like every time I want to give it a little bump, it does an adjustment, and all it takes is one proper adjustment and that thing's coming down. Oh, see, look, it did it again. Alright, hold on. Now it's happening with just with a couple quarters. So maybe I'll stick with the couple quarter method. Or maybe it's been happening and I just haven't been paying attention. But that's been pretty dramatic. I mean, it seems like I've noticed that. Now that 2 wants to shoot up there after that part's over with. Go figure. Alright, hold on. I'll tell you something else is happening is we're running out of quarters. This game would have ended one way or the other. I've done circulated through every single one of these quarters. Alright, so I'm going to try one more time of putting this, and then I'm going to be a man of my word. I'm going to try just a little bit of a hey, what you doing bump there. Hey, don't I know you bump? Or, hey, do you think it's funny? Or, hey, are you ready to leave? Bump. I'm sure we've all had them by somebody before. Walk up and give that little, get your attention. Yeah, it's just adjusting and coming back down. This is crazy. Alright, so I got a handful more quarters. I'm going to put them in there. Then I'm going to grab what fell and we're going to do a little pelvic thrust. Yeah, it's at that. Those little, it just means nothing. It looks cool, but. Alright, so a little disclaimer before this happens. Let's take this down. 1. Although this is not my machine, this is about as closest to me owning these as it possibly is. This is not a public place. This is a controlled environment. I do have permission to do this. Please do not do this. It's cheating and get you kicked out, and maybe law enforcement, destruction, whatever. But we're exceptions to the rule. So I'm going to take my little, you can see my shadow here. I'm doing that. Hey, are you ready to leave? And I've gained a little bit of weight, which I need to lose here. 1, 2. Okay. All right. All right. Well, that was a little bit more of a hey, you're making me mad bump. Let me try to play that real quick. Hey, stop working with my wife's pelvic thrust. All right, let's see if we can get naturally coming. Look, I'm losing my voice now. What's up with these quarters? No. Oh, hey, I'm gonna take some out of the bucket, some quarters, because I'm out of quarters. Well, a couple just fell. All right, let's see if we can actually get this to come down. Let me move this over. Let me move my ring light so it's not so in the way. Let me load this thing up. Gotta fill that back. My gosh, this thing is really eating a lot of quarters up. There's a big one. And that was anticlimactic. Oh, it's leaning. It's going to fall right onto the side, too. It's going to create a big mess. I'll probably cut out these steps out of the highlight video. Maybe. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. What is happening? This is an impressive tower. I'll give it that. It's very, very, very stinking impressive. Like, this is crazy. That was a hard hit. That was a big lean. Did I correct it? Is it just standing up right now? I don't understand what happened. Because the moment I even try to love bump that thing again, it's going to fall. My goodness gracious. All right, let me do a couple of these the nonchalant hits. I felt like that did something. At least it looked like it. Oh man, it's close. Wow, that quarter took off spinning. Thank you guys. It's close. I really know it's close now. I can tell. Y'all got these earwig bugs. Have you seen that? Or is that? I think that's what they're called, earwig. I used to call them pincher bugs, but they're not called pincher bugs. Oh, look at that turn! Look at the turn! It's so stinking close! My goodness gracious! This is going to be a photographic. This is going. Oh my goodness gracious! That thing. That is the leaning tire Piaz or whatever it's called. That thing is so stinking close, man. Oh! Oh my gosh. That, I hope that was worth the wait, guys. I'm just going to throw the rest of these quarters I have in my hand in here. So when I put the highlight video together, I will definitely speed all this up so it's not a 20-hour. All right, well, let me get the cash back that we actually won. I got like a couple more quarters here. All right. Thank you. Oh, sorry, I thought you were handing it to me. Oh, still down here. I'm an idiot. All right, well, listen. Patience is a virtue. If my wife divorces me, that's not a virtue. That's a bad thing. There's nothing open for me to get flowers. This is what we got right here. Plus the 200. Now remember, everything that we're doing right now until further notice is going to be accumulative. So hopefully I'll call our local shelters. I'm going to do all 3 counties close to me and just see what they need, whether it's financial or if they need dog food or whatever. But all of this is getting built up for it. Whatever we get, that's what's doing. And they're matching, it's all supposed to be for good, and bad time. All right. So we got 5. Wait a minute. Okay, now let's do it. This is so hard. 10. All right, this is hard to show. 10, 20. There's a 1. No, that's a 1. Okay, 30, 40, 50, 60, 60, 61, 62, $63. My gosh. 4 days and 4 nights. And we got $63 plus the 200. So that's 163. Or 263, whatever. If they match that, that would be what, 6? I don't know. I don't do math. I went to school in West Virginia, public education. Anyways, whatever that would be, we'll figure it out for the whole week. Now remember, guys, I'm pretty negative right now, so I have some making up I have to do. Not too much, but I have a little bit of making up I have to do. But all together, it'll be good. It'll be good. And I strongly encourage you all to help out the local shelter in any way, even if it's sharing a Facebook post. But I'm tired. I know you're all tired. Thank you so much for sticking with me for so long tonight, guys. I am super, super blessed to have you all a part of the channel. I know the whole concept is crazy, but I'm glad that we can enjoy it together. Or if you're here because you hate me, I'm glad your hate's on me and not somebody else, I guess. I don't know. But thank you so much, guys. Thank you. I hope you have a great
work week or whether you're retired or whatever it is. I hope it's a great week this week. Um, I need to find a better way to say this. I'm trying to end every live stream and stuff saying the same thing, but I got to condense it. But just the whole concept is I appreciate you spending some time on your phone, tablet, computer, whatever with me. But guys, remember, these algorithms are designed to feed you what it thinks it wants you to see, which I am thankful that's feeding you me right now. But that can be a bad thing when it comes to negative things. And remember, that's not how everybody in the world thinks, even though whatever it is, whether it's a religious thing or it's a political thing or it's whatever. I mean, these things are just designed to keep you clicking and watching. So just remember, that's not majority of the people on this planet are good people. We all have different thoughts, beliefs, not beliefs, voting ways, not voting ways, but we got to look out for each other. So put down the phone sometimes. Don't get caught up in what the algorithm wants you to think the world is going on. And believe me, there's a lot of bad stuff going on in the world. I get it. Too much one person can handle. But just love the neighbor. Love thy neighbor. Whether you're a Christian or not, I think there's some special meaning in those words. You know, I think all religions have very good words to live by, and love thy neighbor is, to me, is a perfect one. Believe me, I'm guilty. I get angry just like the rest of us, so I'm do as I say, not as I do kind of thing, but I do try. Thank you guys. I'm blessed to have you. I'm tired. I'm gonna go home and kiss my wife's butt and remind her again why she's better than me, and I don't deserve her. I'll see you tomorrow night, hopefully with a game that's not 4 hours long. Thank you so much to the people that donated. I truly didn't have to, but thank you, Kimberly. Thank you, Third Eye. Third Eye Prod. Thank you, and that means so much. I'm glad that you feel that way. So I'm gonna try to say it. Skalecki, thank you. I'm so glad you did. I really am. Gabriel, thank you so much for the thumbs up. Mike, hey Mike, there's Mike Miller, my almost neighbor. We're close enough to call each other neighbors, but I consider a great friend and such a good person. I follow Mike in his personal life and on here, and he's a great person, and I'm blessed to have him in my life. So have a good night, Mike, and have a good night, everyone. Thank you so much. God bless, guys, and I will see you all tomorrow for hopefully not another divorce possible live stream. Good night, guys.